We are, I think. Yeah, should be good. Should be up and running. All right. Here we are. Late entry. Day 8. Almost didn't happen. But here we are. Day 8 of our year of streaming. Okay, so we are, I think, everything looks good. Camera? Yeah? Mic? Codecademy. Way cool. Let's do this. I am 50% of the way through. Something's up with that. Always loads. 2. Dropped open. Even though we're all the way down at 6 now? Yes, the CSS box model. This might take a while. Let's see how this goes. Okay, understanding the box model. Let's do this. Okay, 1 of 6. What do we have? Hold on, checking. And here we go. All right. So many distractions, so many shiny colors. Didn't we look at that? Totally drawing a blank right now. My phone's blowing up. All right. Here we go. Okay. Learn. In the last unit, you learned how to organize HTML code with IDs, classes, and divs. All of these concepts are necessary to understand advanced CSS styling techniques. An understanding of CSS is not complete, however, without a study of the box model. In some of the past exercises, you've unknowingly seen aspects of the box model. For example, when you set the background color of an element, you may have noticed that the background color was applied not only to the area directly behind the element, but also to the area to the right of the element. In another exercise, you learned how to align the text. How did the browser know how to align the text? All HTML elements live within a box. Elements on a web page are understood by the browser as living inside of a container or a box. This is what is meant by the box model. When you change the background color of an element, you change the background color of its entire box. When you aligned text, the text was aligned relative to the element's entire box. To truly create custom websites, you'll have to understand the box model. In this unit, you'll learn about the following aspects of the box model. 1, the dimensions of an element's box. 2, the borders of an element's box. 3, the content within an element's box. And 4, the area around all 4 sides of an element's box. Let's begin. Instructions. Where are the boxes that supposedly contain all HTML elements? They're invisible, so we'll have to reveal them. In style.css, add the following code. Border, 1 pixel, solid RGBA, 000, 0.3. The code above selects all elements on the page using the universal selector you learned about code and reveals the borders of their box. Surprise! Don't worry about the details of the border property. You'll learn about this in the unit. You'll learn about it in this unit. Good. Nice. So, am I supposed to add that now? Where are the boxes? They're there. In style CSS, add the following code. Okay. And the asterisk is for everything. So we're also going to add this at the top. I'd like to note there's no green checkbox available. But there is space available at line 1 for said code. So clever and kind of them. Run. Look at that. All kinds of boxes. Like Tetris. Very boring version of Tetris. Okay. An elements box has 2 dimensions, a height and width. In HTML, all boxes have default dimensions. These default dimensions are automatically set to hold the raw contents of the box. To modify the default dimensions in elements box, of an element box in CSS, it's been a week. We're going to start submitting stuff because this is just painful. Although I really do need to go through and rewatch the last activities, or does I need to rewatch them or just click through them and reread everything? Because we've run into a menagerie of not necessarily typos, grammatical issues. To modify the default dimensions in elements box in CSS, you can use the width and height properties. Yeah, there's supposed to be an of in there or something. These 2 properties can be specified with the following units of measurement. Pixels. You learned about pixels when you learned about fonts. This unit lets you set the exact size of an elements box. Ems. If anyone can tell me if it's ems or e space ems. Not literally e space ems, but you get my point. Ems versus ems. Please let me know. This unit sets the dimensions of the box relative to the size of the text within the box. Percentages. This unit sets the dimensions of the box relative to the size of the box that it is encased in. For example, consider an element, a box, of class blue set to a height of 200 pixels and a width of 200 pixels. Inside of blue, consider another box of class red set to a height of 37% and a width of 45%. The resulting dimensions of the red box would be a height of 74 pixels and a width of 90 pixels. Developers often use ems or percentages to set box dimensions because many web pages are now accessed on mobile devices and other displays of differing sizes. Ems and percentages allow boxes to scale depending on size of user's display. Okay, 1. In style.css, set the height of the content header div to 320 pixels. Okay, set the height of the content header to 320. Content box, content header, top. Whoa. Right side styling? Oh, that's just a comment. Wait, why is there a lack of... divviness going on here. Here's the divs. So content header. At the height of the content header div 320. Maybe that's just what they refer to it as. Content box, content header. This has a height. I don't know. We're just going to take this. This is very confusing and misleading. Or I'm just completely clueless, considering it's only my 8th day of learning to code. Probably just me being clueless. 320. Hey, we got it right without burning down the city. Hot damn. 2. Next, set the width of the navigation div to 100%. Okay. Navigation, let's take width at 90, copy. We're looking for navigation. Adding. Boom. 100%. Note, the browser to the right is, of course, a smaller version of a typical browser you might use. In order for the web page to look presentable in this smaller viewport, we'll continue to use percentages for box dimensions. In a later course, you'll learn more about responsive web design. We'll figure out what the hell that is. So, run. Lovely, lovely. A gorgeous green box for you and I. And responsive web design. RWD is an approach to web design aimed at allowing desktop web pages to be viewed in response to size of screen or web page or web browser one is viewing with, blah, blah, blah. All important. Challenges and other approaches. History. Something about 2004 and a slew of references. Cool, cool. For another day. Okay. On to 3 of 6, nearly halfway through. Well, at the end of this, halfway through. Cool. Because a web page can be viewed through displays of different screen size, the content on the web page can suffer from those changes in size. To avoid this problem, CSS offers 2 properties that can limit how narrow or how wide an element's box can be sized to. Min width, this property ensures a minimum width for an element's box. 2. Max width. This property ensures a maximum width for an element's box. Minimum width 300 pixels, maximum width 600. In the example above, the width of all paragraphs will not shrink below 300 pixels, nor will the width exceed 600 pixels. Content, like text, can become difficult to read when a browser window is narrowed or expanded. These 2 properties ensure that content is legible by limiting the minimum and maximum widths of an element. Okay, instructions. 1. In style.css, set the minimum width of the paragraph to 200 pixels. After you've done this successfully, resize the browser and notice how the paragraph's box will no longer shrink below 200 pixels. Okay, paragraph. Font weight line. Good. what are we doing? Minimum width. Yeah, we're gonna copy you. Copy. LMNOP. Minimum width. 200. Run it. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I don't know what we're changing. I think it was this here, but we could be wrong. 2, next, set the maximum width of the paragraph to 800 pixels. After you've done this, successfully resize the browser and notice how the paragraphs box will no longer expand. Okay, so let's just not do that, and we'll try to, no, better, worse. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that this is what, you know what? No. Hold on. There is full screen. Look at this. Ta-da, dee-da-dee-dee-dee-da. You know what? And I think this will be more meaningful if we set the max. Right? Let's set the max. Back? No. God. Refresh. Oh god, we broke it. Says it's refreshing. I don't believe him. This is all bad. Run it again. Gonna give us a red box, but don't listen to them. Guys, we broke the activity. Death. And this is how it ends. Can you believe it? 8 days out of a year. And we've destroyed the entire Codecademy website. Did not see that coming. I figured it would have taken me longer than 8 days to break the internet, but I guess I was wrong. Here we go. Let's just pretend that everything is still in its place and didn't totally crash on us. Let's do the maximum width. Copy for paragraphs. Oh, let's not celebrate just yet. Paragraphs. Please, God, make everything right again. Run. Also bad. Sit, boo-boo, sit. You soulless browser. I've never backed out of an activity, but we're gonna back out of the activity because this just seems inherently wrong. Yeah? Anyone else got that feeling? No? Just me? We're gonna back out of the activity. No. There's this. There's that. Going into the box model. 33% of the way through understanding, which doesn't include breaking stuff. Oh, there we go. So much better. So much better. We're on 3, and we already had all that done. And here we are at 3. We put in the max width, and now we're going to run it. there's that, and we've learned now the full screen button is over here. No need to tinker with the back or refresh button. And yeah, it looks like this guy right here is not being expanded more than the 800 pixels, which is nice because that's what we told it to do. So, success, we've learned our lesson. On we're 4 of 6. Alright. Little kitty, you following this? Okay, so you can also limit the minimum and maximum height of an element. Min height, this properly ensures a minimum height of an element for an elements box, into maximum or max height. This property ensures a maximum height for an elements box. 150, 300 in the example above. Height of all paragraphs will not shrink below 150 pixels, and the height will not exceed 300 pixels. What will happen to contents of elements boxes if the max height property is set too low? It's possible for content to spill out of the box, resulting in context that's not legible. You'll learn how to work around this issue in the next exercise. All right. Wonder if you can stack these. Like maybe it can just be based on like the length of the paragraph, and then at the end always have like 100 pixel buffer at the bottom. Although they may be getting to that. All right. In style.css, set the maximum height of a paragraph to 100 pixels. Once you've done this successfully, resize the browser and notice how, yeah, we're not resizing anything. We already fell down that rabbit hole once and had to restart. Not gonna happen this time. Trick me once, shame on you. Trick me twice, shame on me. Trick them 3 times, take them out back like Old Yeller, because they're no good. Okay, what are we doing? The minimum height for something. Paragraphs, 100 pixels. Do 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 do. Yeah da 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 dee 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 da. La da dee 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 da. Nice, good, good. And we're running. Success, max height. More running. We'll make it full screen, that's it. It's as good as it's gonna get. Sure, looks great. Onward. Okay. When the value of the max height property is set too low, the contents will spill out of the box. How can we ensure this doesn't happen? The overflow property controls what happens to content when it spills or overflows outside of its box. It can be set to one of the following values. 1, hidden. When set to this value, any content that overflows be hidden from view. Will be hidden from view. 2, scroll. When set to this value, a scroll bar will be added to the elements box so that the rest of the content can be viewed by scrolling. Ah, look at that. Overflow, scroll, or hidden. Very handy. In the example above, minimum and maximum widths and heights have been set. If any of the paragraph content overflows, Perhaps a user resizes their browser window, a scroll bar will appear so that users can view the rest of the content. 1. In style.css, add the overflow property to the context box or to the content box class selector and set it to scroll any content that overflows. Little wordy, that's okay. Take a look at the web page to the right. Notice how the content in the middle scroll now. Fascinating. So nothing's moving now, but apparently life is going to change. So, overflow, scroll, content box, LMNO. Gotta keep that alphabetical thing going, right? Run. Aha, look at this. Now we can see everything. Look at that. Oh, and it's all in this nice box here. We fixed the internet, guys. Come on, that's a little cool, right? Be impressed, damn it. This is as good as it's ever gonna get. On to 6. Okay. Great work. I agree. We fixed the menu. Look at that barbecue bacon burger. Okay. Great work. In this lesson, you learned about the boxes that contain all HTML elements and how to manipulate their dimensions. Let's review what you've learned. 1. All HTML elements are contained within a box. 2. Boxes have 2 dimensions, a width and a height. These dimensions can be modified with the width and height properties. 3. Width and height dimensions can be set using one of the 3 units of measurement, pixels, ems, or percentages. 4. A minimum and maximum width or height can be set for a box. This helps ensure that content remains legible when a user shrinks or expands their browser window. 5. If an element's box becomes too small, the content may overflow. The overflowed content can be controlled with the overflow property. You'll probably notice that we started this lesson by selecting all elements on the page with the universal selector, asterisk. We also used a CSS property that we haven't yet covered, border. In the next lesson, you'll learn about box borders and how to manipulate them using CSS. Instructions. Remove the first bit of code that you added at the beginning of this lesson, shown below. Then take some time to experiment with your new knowledge of the box model in index.html. When you're done, proceed to the next unit. As a side note, they're saying remove this from CSS up here. But then they're saying tinker with our knowledge of the box model under the index.html when I believe they mean style.css because that's where we implemented the box. Unless it's us adding other divs or other HTML elements and they just naturally have a box and then we add this same exact bit of code back to highlight it. There's not a lot to tinker with here, guys. Not a lot to tinker with, except for the actual difference in the values. So we'll do 4 and 8. Oh god, now I've trapped myself. 16. We're not going to do 24 because it needs to be within 0.1. So we'll do, oh, what do we do? 2? We'll do 2. All right. Run it. That's it. That's all we had to look at. Lovely. Cut. Delete. Run it. Everything's gone. Nice. And it scrolls and it's beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, guys. I think that is it for today. Day 8 down. Tomorrow, day 9. Maybe we'll get Sean Plott to come on. I seriously doubt that. That was a day 9 reference. Get it? Day 9. There's not a lot there. You either get that or you don't. So there's not a lot more context for that to be shuffled around, tinkered with. Very straightforward reference. Okay, we're done. We're just staring at Davy's Burgers, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Section 6 done. Up next, what do we have, guys? We've got borders. Learn how to set and style the borders of any HTML element. Start lesson. Layout. Learn how to position HTML elements on various parts of the web page. Borders versus layout. I don't know if those are the same lesson or different ones. We're going with borders. Just to get the ball rolling. But we're going to back out and close out for today's stream because we got such a late start tonight. Okay. In the last lesson, you learned how to modify the dimensions of boxes. In this lesson, you'll learn how to manipulate another box property, borders. Hotels in Singapore, $500 a night, $400, $300, $200, $100 a night. Hope you have hobo stab insurance. It's an accepted reference. Way cool, guys. Okay, so we're not going to visit the glorious hotels in Singapore tonight. We are backing out 57%. 83 points. He was excited. 1 day straight. What are they talking about? I've been here for... Maybe it's like a 24-hour window? I don't know. Today's the 8th, so... I think the issue with their stats is, because I'm on the West Coast, so whatever. Everything's documented here, live on Twitch and on YouTube, so it's all there. Day 8. Maybe we can reach out to them. Maybe they can change that for us, or change the timing. Maybe it can be by region. Who knows? Alright, that's it. We are done. Yeah. 11 o'clock p.m. 2300. A 30-minute stream. Not bad. Tomorrow should be longer. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, right? Until then, see you hopefully tomorrow, bright and early, for day 9. Killing the stream. Where'd that box go? Hear that, little kitty? We're killing the stream. She's still sleeping. Alright. Kill it.